Today, let's talk about why men ignore women. In this video, I'm going to be giving you some reasons as to why the man in your life, the man you like or the man you love, could be ignoring you right now. And also, I'm going to address how you can deal with this situation in an empowered, diva kind of way. Now, here's what I want you to know. It doesn't matter what your relationship status with this man is. It could be that the guy you love and you're married to is ignoring you right now. It could be that you guys are in an exclusive connection and he's ignoring you right now. But it could also be that you are in a fresh connection with this man, just dating him, just getting to know him. And suddenly you find that even though on the dates the connection was so amazing, his behavior is now starting to shift and he is now starting to ignore you. Now, no matter which category you fall in, here's what I know. Being ignored is just a very painful experience to go through. And it can bring up all kinds of heavy emotions inside women. It can make you feel like, was it me that did something or said something that ruined this whole thing? Like, have I done something to deserve this treatment? Have I done something that has hurt his feelings? And that's why he's ignoring me, which I'll talk about in just a moment. And it could also be that you start to find yourself feeling anxiously attached and checking your phone 500 times a day. Has he messaged now? Has he gotten back to me? And it can bring up feelings of inadequacy within women. It can bring up feelings of, am I not good enough? Or am I not a priority enough? Or am I not important enough for him to respond to me? Now, there are so many ways a man can ignore a woman. So the most common and frequent way is when he doesn't get back to your text, he doesn't get back to your calls, and the worst is when he reads the message and you still don't hear back from him, even though you might notice that he is online, on Instagram, he's liking other photos and connecting with other people, and he is ignoring you. And I think that is the most humiliating and the worst part of the experience, when you know that they're actively choosing to do this. So let's talk about why on earth would a man ignore you. And I would recommend staying right till the end of the video, because I'm going to reveal the most important and most prevalent reason as to why a man ignores you at the end, and then we're also going to talk about how to deal with it. The first reason, let's talk about women in relationships. If you love this guy and if you have a stable connection with him and now he's ignoring you, he's read your message, he's seen that you called, he hasn't responded, then it could be that you have hurt his feelings or said something that he is still processing. What is important to know in this scenario is that you will know with crystal clarity what is it that you said or did that touched him or rubbed him the wrong way. In other words, if you are in a situation right now where you feel like, but no, Sami, I didn't do anything wrong, or I didn't hurt his feelings. Everything was going really well. We were laughing, we were exchanging texts, we were connecting, we were flirting. And then suddenly he saw my message and stopped responding. Then this is not the reason why he is ignoring you. So this reason is only true for women who know they did something. Like when you say something mean, or you say something emasculating, or you disrespect him, or you snap at him, or you correct him and criticize him. Those are the kind of reasons as to why a good man who loves you may ignore you. So he might go into his cave time or need some time to process his emotions and feelings before he gets back to you. Now, most men are not in this category. Like, most women are not actively going out to hurt their guys. And in most situations, when we find ourselves feeling anxious about somebody ignoring us, something else is going on, right? So what is the second reason why a man will ignore you? Now, I'm going to talk about toxic men here, okay? And then I'm going to talk about how healthy men behave and why a healthy man may ignore you. So let's talk about the toxic guys. A toxic man may ignore you because he believes that by ignoring you, he can get you feeling attraction for him. Now, don't just leave me here. Don't just say I'm not that girl, Sami, because trust me, I've worked with over 20,000 customers by now, helping smart, strong, successful women find and keep amazing love. And I do know that a lot of women find it attractive when a man is not that into them. And so sometimes what will happen is that toxic men, unhealthy men, will use this knowledge about women. They know that they can get you hooked. They know that they can mess with your head if they ignore you. And so literally the players out there, the emotionally unavailable men, the Casanovas, the ones who are only dating to get into your pants, to get you all worked up about them, these men will use such cheap ploys and strategies in order to get your attention. So literally, these kind of toxic men will ignore you because they know it impacts you, because they know it hurts you, because they know they will get an emotional response from you by behaving this way. Now, this is where if you've done your inner work, and I talk a lot about this in my Leap into Love program, if you've done your inner work, you will not be attracted to such a man. You will notice that he's online on WhatsApp, he's online on Instagram, he's read your message, he's still ignoring you. And somebody who hurts your heart on purpose, somebody who deliberately deprioritizes you and makes you feel less than, that is not the man I want you to give your attention to, right? However, let's face it, there are a lot of toxic masculinity schools out there that are literally coaching men and teaching men to ignore women so that women get hooked with them. And I will not be surprised if we have this entire tribe of millions of young women who actually fall for such toxic traps in the name of attraction. Because what goes on for these women is that when the guy ignores them, they pedestalize the man and they think to themselves, oh, all these men really like me and they really chase me, but he's different, he's special because he's not chasing me and he's ignoring me. So what they do is they go back and they start to chase the guy. They text the guy back. If they don't hear from him, they just go in and make question marks. So don't do that. I will tell you how to deal with this situation in a much more empowered way when we get to the end of the video. But yes, toxic men play games, and toxic men do sometimes ignore women just to elicit a response from these women. Now, let's move on to the healthy guy. The healthy man, the empowered masculine man. Let's say you met him and he is ignoring you. So you're not in a relationship with him. He's not your husband. If he's your husband or you're in a relationship with him and he's ignoring you, then most likely it's the first reason where I said you've done something or said something that's hurt his feelings. He's just sort of taking his time to process his feelings, and most likely he will get back to you after that. Talking about healthy, empowered masculine man. So you met this guy and he really likes you and you guys have a great connection, but now suddenly he's ignoring you. A couple of reasons could be there behind him ignoring you. The first reason that a healthy, empowered masculine man could be ignoring you is because he's taken. Maybe he's in a relationship. Maybe you know that information, maybe you don't. Let's face it, the world of romance is not a crystal clear linear line. Sometimes you can be in a relationship and you can still like another person. There is that occasional attraction that happens. And so it's quite possible that if he's taken, he is ignoring you because he doesn't want to raise your hopes. He doesn't want to hurt the woman in his life, even though he finds you desirable, even though he finds you attractive. He is trying to set some kind of boundaries here by ignoring you, by showing you, hey girl, you're not priority. And I know that hurts. And I know that doesn't feel good to hear, but according to him, he's doing the right thing by treating you with respect. In this way, he's showing you, you're not my priority. There is another woman in my life. And he's trying not to escalate things because it's so easy to let an emotional connection develop if you guys chit chat back and forth and it's always intense and it's always like every day going on. It can develop an emotional connection. So if he's taken and he's ignoring you, it's because he doesn't want to give you the wrong promise. He doesn't want to give you the wrong impression. He wants to hold those boundaries. And if you really like him, you may want to face this truth. I know it's not pleasant. I know it's going to hurt. I know it's going to be disappointing. but it's the right thing to face. By the way, it doesn't mean that you're not desirable. It doesn't mean that you're not attractive. I don't want you to go there. I just want you to see it as, if he's taken, it doesn't matter if you're single or you're taken as well. He's just trying to set a boundary, set a structure, and it has nothing to do with your desirability. You could be a very attractive woman, you could be somebody really desirable, and he could still ignore you because that's the boundary he is trying to set. That I am not available for a deeper emotional connection. I'm not available for a deeper emotional bonding here. And I think that's important, and sometimes that can be communicated through words. But in cases where things are not that developed yet and things are still fresh, sometimes people communicate with us through ignoring. Like, ignoring somebody is also a message to them, right? Ignoring somebody means that you're not saying in words, you're not important, or you're not that important, or I don't want to invest in you emotionally, but you're communicating that, you're demonstrating that through your actions. So that is a huge message that a man is sending you, that he is taken and he cannot offer you more, not much more than what he's giving you. Another reason why a man may ignore you is because you're taken. Now let's face it, you as a taken woman, if you're in a relationship or you are married, you may not think that this is a threat. You may just see him as a friend. But very often, if a man has feelings for you, and if he finds you attractive, and if he finds you hot, he's going to keep his distance. Healthy, empowered men, they don't want to get into drama scenarios with women. And so it's quite possible that he's ignoring you, not because he doesn't care about you, not because you're not attractive or desirable, but because, again, he wants to draw the line. He knows you're not available. So what is the whole point of doing this, right? And in such scenarios, it's quite possible that if you guys met each other and had a great connection, you as a woman might be thinking, oh, he's such a great friend. I miss my friend. I would like to connect with my friend. But the guy is thinking, why am I wasting my time with her? She's already taken. She's already married. She already has a partner. I would say healthy, empowered, masculine men are self-respecting enough to exit such scenarios versus keep entertaining these scenarios. So when a healthy, empowered, masculine man is ignoring you, it could quite be that he is trying to set a boundary around the amount of emotional connection he wants to have with you. He's trying to set a boundary around the amount of emotional investment he wants to do in you. And I know it's not good news. I know it doesn't feel great to hear this, but the faster you're able to receive this information and process it for yourself, the faster you can detach and also come back into balance and harmony about this person. Another reason why a healthy, empowered, masculine man may ignore you is because he's busy, okay? I'm not trying to make up excuses for men here. I just want to be very open and transparent, really want to qualify this. I do believe that when a woman is a priority for a man, he will make time for her. I'm a very busy woman myself, and I prioritize the relationships in my life that I care about. Having said that, it is still quite possible that if that man is really busy, sometimes life gets intense. Sometimes we have days where we are really packed with stuff to do, with projects in our head. And so it could be that if it's just been a day or a few days that he's read your message but he hasn't gotten back to you, it could be that he could be going through something super intense. However, I do not want to support this behavior or make excuses for the man's behavior in any way. I still believe that you could send a small text quickly saying, hey, just been really busy, we'll get back to you when I have a moment. It shows respect. However, let's just face it, there are going to be some men who are very singular focused, especially when it comes to their mission, their work, and it can be possible that such a man might leave your message unread for like a day or even a few days. However, I still passionately believe that when a man really likes you and he has a strong level of interest in you, you will not be ignored. And this is what brings me to my next point about why a man is ignoring you. And this will be painful to hear, so brace yourselves. He's just not that into you. He's just not that into you, which means that you're probably more into him than he is into you. You probably care more about the connection than he cares about the connection. You're probably prioritizing the connection with him more than he is prioritizing the connection with you. And this is a huge reality check to have, because as women, we are masters at emotionally over investing in men. And again, something I deeply cover inside Leap Into Love. Check it out. The link is in the description below, and I'm offering amazing coaching package with it right now. Absolutely check it out if you're a single woman. Basically, what I have found is that a lot of women will fall in love with their own imagination about a guy. So let's just say you met him, you guys had a great time on the date, you know, there was some kissing, there was obvious physical attraction, there was an emotional connection, and everything was going well. And then you came back home and then you started to fantasize about this connection. You started to think every day about him. And there was initially some ping pong going on with the messaging back and forth. And then over time, his messages reduced till one day he just left you on read. And by read, I mean he read your message, he saw your message and then did not respond. So a lot of the times in such cases, what is happening is that the man is showing you are not a high level of priority. And yes, that was fun, but I'm still not that into it. I'm still not that into you as you thought I was going to be, or as you are into me. And this is hard, but the good news is this can be turned around. So keep watching, because I'm going to address how you can turn this around. However, at this point in time, when a man who is healthy, who's masculine, who is empowered, and with whom you felt a connection and he felt a connection with you, is not responding to you and is ignoring you, he is just not that into you. But you know what? He's just not that into you right now, okay? He's just not that into you right now. I think so often we play the game of attraction very short-sighted, right? We're just about the present moment. We're just about, is he into me right now or not? However, as a high-value woman, as a woman who has done her inner work, who knows that she brings value to the table, who knows she's worthy of amazing treatment, amazing love, sometimes you just have to let things play out. In other words, trust me, when a man ignores you and you don't run after him, sooner or later, he's going to register it. He's going to register it, and his brain is going to give you plus brownie points. He's going to be like, she didn't chase after me. She didn't run after me. He is going to remember you positively for this. So if this is somebody with whom you suspect a future meeting, maybe you guys are gonna be professionally connected, maybe you guys have a common friend circle, you know at some point you're gonna see him again, you know, I just want to tell you the game is still on. If you felt that initial attraction, if you felt that there was something going on there, just let it go for now. Don't run, don't chase. Definitely do not reach out and send question marks. Did you see my message? Following up. Don't do any of that behavior. Just let things play out. And when you are in person again, you know, that is the opportunity, that is the time to connect again at a soul level, to connect again for moments of flirting, teasing, laughter, connection, and all those good things. So my advice to you, if you are disappointed when you're watching this video, is to remember that even if a man is just not that into you right now, it doesn't mean the end of the world, right? As a high value woman, you're still valuable. My recommendation would be to rotational date so that this person becomes a non-issue in your life, and then just see how life unfolds. And remember, if somebody is meant to be there for you, you would not have to try hard to get them in your life. Like, this is really important. In Leap Into Love, I talk about what is meant for you will not pass you by. So having that faith and having that trust is really going to help you feel stronger in this situation. Now, let's also talk about what to do if the other scenarios are playing out. So it's not that he's not that into you scenario, but you find that maybe you're taken, maybe he's taken, maybe he's just busy. That's why he's ignoring you. Or maybe he's playing games. That's why he's ignoring you. Or maybe you've said something or done something. That's why he's ignoring you. What is my response? In all of these scenarios, my response is do not chase. Do not chase a man. It just never ever works. And I know the intensity of emotion you feel when you like somebody. And it all feels totally delusional and crazy that you thought you guys had such a great connection, and then all of these scenarios start to play out. No matter what the scenario is, do not chase the man. And here's what I can tell you. Sometimes a man will ignore a woman because he really likes her and he's still making up his mind about you. Okay? He's still making up his mind about you. That's why I told you to watch the video right till the end. So well done if you're here and still watching. Give me a like, subscribe if you've enjoyed this video, by the way. So sometimes men will ignore a woman even when they like her. They will do this because they are still feeling into, do I really want her? Do I really want to pursue this with her? Do I really like her? Do I miss her when she's not there? And so that's why he's ignoring you, because he's still coming to terms with his own emotions. He's still trying to get certainty about his own emotions towards you. And so if you do not chase a man in this scenario, I can bet you my bottom dollar that if there was any emotion he felt for you, passion, attraction, connection, he is gonna come running right back to you. And it will not require you to chase, it will not require you to strategize, it will not require you to plan anything out of the ordinary or make an exception for him and make extra effort for him. He will come back if you just hold your ground and you stay where you are, you stay put, you don't chase, you don't message, you don't follow up, you show him that you don't take it personally by not following up. And a lot of the guys come running right back. So healthy, empowered, masculine men do not ignore women they clearly like and love. This is not how they behave, okay? Only toxic guys do that. So if a healthy, empowered, masculine man ignores you, it could be only because of some of these above reasons. That he's busy, he's taken, you're taken, or he is still making up his mind about you, he's not sure about you, or maybe he's just not that into you yet. But never ever in the history of mankind will a man who likes you, who thinks you're amazing, who wants to make it work with you, who wants to wife you, girlfriend you, is going to ignore you. Healthy men just don't think that way. I think it would be easier to find a cat that speaks Spanish than a healthy, empowered, masculine man who ignores you on purpose while telling himself in his head, I love this woman, I think she's amazing, now I'm gonna ignore her. That's not how they behave. They are treating you as the #1 priority in their life, okay? So if this video was helpful, give me a quick like, leave me a comment. Are you in a situation right now where you find that the man you like or love is ignoring you? If you drop your comment below, I would love to come back and connect with you and answer your comments. Meanwhile, share, like, go check out Leap Into Love. I love you ladies, and I will be back next week with a new video.